Greg McKeown has come out with his second book, Effortless. He also wrote Essentialism. Before even reading Greg, I call him Greg like I know him. He is asking, how can we make it easier to do what matters most? I'm going to share with you 3 things that I had naturally identified as areas that I could make simpler recently as a result of reading that book, or the ones that I've already done on my pursuit of simple living, of living with less, of making things a little bit easier to be able to focus on what matters most. I'm sitting at my desk in our living room, and right behind me I have our paper. I have centralized our paper. I wrote down the steps and the things we needed to do to process paper in our house. As a result of reading Effortless, I was able to chop out some steps and make it easier, because taking care of the house and paperwork is just a part of our everyday essential life. First thing I did was look at how paper's coming into the house. Online forms that need to be printed, signed, is mailbox. A third inbound area is from outside areas. So the kids get paperwork from sports and music lessons, and it ends up in my purse and then get it home. So the mail from the mailbox comes in, has to be walked through the hallway to the kitchen, ends up on the counter until Andy, my husband, or I get a chance to process it. Then it goes either into the trash or gets walked back to the steps and put on the steps for the next person who's going upstairs. Takes the paperwork upstairs, and sometimes it ends up on our bed or on the dog's crate. Sometimes it ends up where it belongs, putting it in the file bin, which we were keeping upstairs in a bedroom closet. The online stuff would be printed, and then it would move to the counter, or it would move to my desk to be completed. And then kids' paperwork onto the counter or onto my desk to be processed. I just cut out some steps. I moved our file bin down here to a cabinet right by my desk. So once I processed it, I could file it right away. Mail, when it comes in, it needs to be processed. Trash, or put onto my desk. Kid stuff to my desk. So now everything that's inbound is either going to my desk or going to the trash. It's all centralized here on my desk, and it's creating a process and a system for me to take action. And then when I need to file it, I just turn around and file it. I don't even have to get up. I've made it easier for myself to do those things. I want to take a minute and share with you the sponsor that I've chosen for this segment of the video, and I thank Babbel for sponsoring the next minute. Babbel is a language learning app, and they have 10 million subscriptions that they have sold. Babbel creates a path to real-life conversations in other languages. University studies have shown that 15 hours of Babbel is equal to 1 semester of college Spanish. I mean, can you believe that? I mean, that's amazing that I have that power to educate my child in my home. We homeschool, and we fuel any child-led interests. And over a year ago, my 7-year-old said that he wanted to learn Spanish. And so we gifted him with Babbel. It's great because my son can learn at his pace. The lessons are 10 or 15 minutes. That's it. And he does 1 or 2 or 3 lessons at a time just because that's who he is. But the lessons are fast. They're compact. And then in addition to the lessons, there are podcasts and games, live classes that we can take to enhance the lessons that we're learning. The link in my description box below will get you up to 65% off of Babbel. Number 2, cleaning kit. You probably have already done this, and I've done this over the years, but I created myself a bathroom cleaning kit. It is a caddy. It has stocked with all the things I need to clean a bathroom. I can just grab the cleaning kit, go knock out the bathroom super fast, and be done. And I restock. When something's empty, I immediately restock it so that I don't have to deal with that the next time I go to clean. I make sure the bottles are filled. It's got paper towels if we need it, because I use paper towels to clean the toilets, but then I use microfiber cloths to clean everything else. So it's stocked with microfiber cloths, Mr. Clean bars, whatever I use in the bathroom, I make sure that caddy is stocked. The third thing is swim gear. We have a pool in the backyard, and the kids go swimming every single day in the summer. Last summer it was a little disjointed. I had swimsuits in the laundry room. I had swimsuits in a closet next to us here, this overflow closet that we have. We had stuff in a kitchen cabinet for towels and sunscreen, bug spray, swimsuits, goggles. It was spread out. And to find something, I knew where most everything was, but you had to take extra physical steps to get to it. This year I've eliminated it. for $10, I got this storage unit from Target, and I created a top drawer for swim gear. In the middle is the girl stuff, my stuff and my daughter's stuff. The bottom drawer is the boy stuff, my husband and my 2 boys. Towels go on top of that drawer on the top of the storage unit. And I put it by the door they come and go for swimming. So everything is in one spot. All we have to do is go to that spot to get dressed for swimming to go outside. It's much faster to have fun with the kids. We just get dressed and go out. I don't have to walk all over the house to find a towel, a clean swimsuit, goggles, sunscreen. We don't have to do all that. It's a one-stop station for the summer. And something that guided me when I was reading this book was to change how I thought about something. You know, I could ask my family, how can we make this easier? How can we make this thing we have to do easier? How can we make it possible to have more fun with each other? How can we make it possible to have more time together? I answered it with, I choose to make this simpler by, and then having it, you know, a blank that needs to be filled in. Coming up with something specific and actionable helped me evaluate some things that we were doing in our house. So when I talk about kitchen dishes, I'm just a lazy kitchen person. I like it to be easy to put things away. If you follow Cass the Clutterbug, I'm a butterfly. I am a visual organizer. I need it to be simple, and if I stuff it in a drawer, I'm probably not going to remember that I have it. And I'm afraid to kind of stuff things in a drawer because I'm afraid that I'm going to forget about it. So that's knowing that part of myself in the kitchen. I can't just put things in a drawer or put things in a cabinet. I just forget that we have it. And when it comes to dishes, I'm pretty lazy. I like to stack them next to the sink and just deal with them once a day. I don't like to deal with them all day long. But if I ask myself, how can I make this simpler? It's a really simple step that thousands of us take. Run the dishwasher at night, empty the dishwasher first thing in the morning. The dishwasher is now empty and available for dishes all day long. And instead of putting them in the sink or putting them on the counter, put them in the dishwasher. That change makes it simpler. I've now eliminated a step for myself later by just putting it in there. He talks about the big rock theory, where you have a jar and you need to put in all the rocks that you have. The big rocks are your essential things, your health, your relationships, your family. The smaller rocks that you have to get in there is your work, your career, fun. And then you fill the rest of the jar with sand once you have all the rocks inside. And the sand is a metaphor for the non-essential things in your life. And that if you fill the jar with the big rocks first, the things that matter most to you, then you add the smaller rocks, then you add the sand, you can get it all in. And that's how you focus on what's essential first. In Effortless, he was plagued with the problem, what if you have too many big rocks to fit in the jar? What if the essential things that you need to do is still too much for everyday life? When I read nonfiction books, I like to take notes. And I have this decomposition notebook that I got from Target or the dollar store or something. And I wrote a whole bunch of notes on this book as I was reading it. Here were my main takeaways. Be selective with what you consider essential versus non-essential. Your big rocks, your small rocks, and your sand. That we inherently want to do what matters most. A common theme throughout the book is that you need to forget the idea that trivial things are easy and important things are hard. Is working hard important? Of course it is, but can you work easier and still get the same amount done? Probably. To fire guilt and hire gratitude. I loved that. I mean, it's just 4 words that have so much power. Fire guilt, hire gratitude. That is something on this journey of minimalism that I definitely took some time to figure out. That letting go of the guilt was going to open up a world of freedom, and that hiring gratitude in its place, being thankful for the things that we have and for the time and being together as a family and being able to focus intentionally on what matters most, there's so much power in giving gratitude towards that. And my last takeaway was to give yourself permission to fail to figure out success. Thank you for sharing a portion of your day with me. I'll leave a link to the book below. If you are a reader, you might be interested in this. And ask yourself, how can I make this easier? How can I make something easier? And answer it with, I choose to make this easier by. And take those actions and do small steps. I'm not talking about revolutionizing your entire house. I'm talking about eliminating some things that don't need to happen. I'm talking about centralizing items to make your life a little bit easier, to tackle the everyday essential stuff, to tackle the big rocks.